Hey everybody, it's Conscious Medium Brandon Ross. Thanks so much for joining me. Let's talk about this crazy Mercury retrograde. And why is it going to be such a nightmare? I mean, I'm the guy that always tells everybody it's not Mercury's fault and it's not that big of a deal. So long as you keep your level head and you plan ahead, then everything will be okay, right? Well, here we go. Mercury in retrograde sifts through the earth signs this year. Now, in any given year, you can have 3 or 4. In this case, we're getting 4. Oh, what a present. They're visiting the earth signs, and this time it's Taurus's turn, as it was Capricorn's at the beginning of the year. And next will be Virgo, but right now it's Taurus. And what does Taurus represent? Taurus represents money matters. It also implies that you're going to take a look at your value system, your families, how it's connected. Now, in the middle of all of this, you're going to have 2 things go on. You're going to have a grand connection with none other than Cancer to make sure that your family values are coming full circle. Also, Mercury, well, when it goes conjunct to the sun, know that everything will be brought to the forefront. Now, in general, we talk about Mercury retrograde as something like, well, so long as you plan and you plan your travel and you do your stuff beforehand, you should be okay. But you should expect small travel issues or, things that are going to fall apart, typically fall apart, like the refrigerator or the car or whatever the case may be, right? If your microwave is on the fritz, guess what? It's probably not going to make it through the retrograde, right? In other words, life happens and it seems to be accelerated. However, with this Mercury retrograde, it's happening at a very specific degree. It's happening right smack dab in the middle of Taurus at 15 degrees. Now we talk about the anaric. I got ahead of myself. We talk about the anaric degree at 29 degrees, or between 29 and 30, it just goes bonkers, right? It's a last call. Everybody's going to take off. Now, the 15 degree in astrology means that you're right smack dab in the middle. In other words, you're going to be faced with duality. The reason why this one is such a nightmare is if you've done the work, it's going to be pretty clear what you need to do. Your values, your value system, the things that you spend your time on are going to be easy. However, if you haven't done that, whoa, you're going to have a whole bunch of challenges here. Oh, and let's not forget that the day before it goes retrograde, we have an eclipse in Aries. So those things that are going to get exposed are absolutely going to get exposed here during this time, and it's probably for the better. The universe just leaves a thank you card wherever it goes, and in this case, if it's meant to fall apart, it's going to fall apart. And if it's going to be said, then it's going to be said. There's an amazing connection here for all of the signs, and as we dive into them, of course I'm going to take a look at it. I'm going to break out the tarot. We're going to do this right, everybody. And as we go through these, I want you to keep in perspective that essentially Mercury is appearing in one of the houses, in a house for each one of the signs. We're going to go over what that means for each one of them. And as we talk about things like Aries and then all the way down to Pisces, by the way, all the way down to Pisces, I kind of laugh every time I say that. But the dynamic in which we're faced right now to be able to dive into things, if you've been doing the work, this will be a piece of cake. If not, it is a nightmare. This is one of those things that if you haven't addressed the issues that you've needed to, you are going to get zonked. Hey, listen, everybody, let's join in. Let's give ourselves a little gratitude here. We're going to give ourselves a heart tap out to everybody. We're going to kick ass, take names, and here we go. By the way, found some time. I carved some time. I wanted to make sure this is important to me, this stuff here, this grandiose stuff that I do. It's kind of a lot of fun, to be honest with you. It's one of the passions that I have. And let's just talk about Aries right out of the gate. Hey, Aries, thanks so much for your retrograde. Thank you very much. I'm going to put on my reading glasses. Get it? Reading glasses? I'm a medium. By the way, I've got information below about the Shasta Retreat. I've also got a really cool class about mediumship. And oh, by the way, you don't have to be a career medium in order to get it. But if you are, you find a whole bunch about things there. I also have a coaching program coming up here. Pay attention. If you're not on the email list, just go to my website, tbrandonrouse.com. Go ahead, take a look at what I've got there. Sign up for things. Most importantly, sign up for the email address. That way I can communicate with you directly. Now, we're going to take a spin right around the tree here, Aries, we're talking about you first because, after all, it's all about you. Ladies first. Anyway, so here we go. But the gentleman just got a little upset with that. So when we lay these out, we are going to be talking about the mind, body, and the spiritual journey. Right here, smack dab in the middle, will be the overarching pieces of it. And we use 2 types of tarot decks and 1 type of oracle deck. The tarot that I use, of course, is the one of my all-time favorite in the Gilded Tarot. And then I also have a foil tarot deck as well. You can find the link below if you want to get your own deck, or if you just want to watch me roll them out all the time. Now, I've been carefully kind of laying this stuff out here, and watch me go around the horn. We're going to go to the mind first for Aries. Here we go. Aries, you're thinking you've been betrayed. 7 of Swords. Whew. You're like, hey, I'm going to take my ball and go home. And then the Empress comes out. Oh, a little bit of good stuff here. You found your woman juju, right? You found your feminine divine, and here we go. Mind, body, here's what's going on with you physically. Oh, you've been there, done that. You have fought the battle. Couple of 7s right out of the gate. Can you please pay attention to that? Next up, we got a little bit of happiness. But you know what? When you look in the mirror, you're kind of sort of happy. You might not be there yet, but you're kind of like, all right. It's kind of good. That wrinkle there, that kind of there. Fantastic. This is the way we're going to do it. And our spiritual journey, you are always abundant. Come on, Aries. And listen, how about a little Uriel coming in here? The Archangel Uriel speaks through that Ace of Pentacles. Holy Toledo. Oh. This spiritual journey is sure. By the way, pay attention to how things are rolling out for you, Aries. That's what I really kind of get with this. Let's take a look at the center square. Eternal happiness. Da, 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 da. By the way, I also do weddings. You got to pick up the travel fare for that one. Oh, this tells me you got something new coming. We got the Fool sitting right here. So let's take a look at the Gilded Tarot perspective for Aries right now. Going into this Mercury retrograde, you've got a little bit of self-speak here where you're going to be like, gosh darn it, I'm good enough. I've kind of seen enough. I've done enough. This one right here, you know what? I've been beat up enough, and I'm just going to love myself the way that I am right here in your mind part of it, or in your body portion of it. And then, of course, in the spiritual journey, you've got abundance and you're ready to take a next leap. Maybe you're going to go into the teaching realm. Maybe you're going to say, you know what, that's it. And by the way, I'm sorry, I'm off camera here. Probably should have planned it a little bit better. Oh, gosh, don't do that. And watch me unplug the whole thing and go dead. Sorry, Aries, you're the only reading. And the Pisces are like, not only are we last, he didn't even bother. Only kidding. All right, guys, but listen, Aries, great start here. We're going to jump into the foil tarot. We're going to see what the call response is. Oh, listen, a little bit into the mind. Where are we going to start? Over here into the mind. We've got some anxiety going on here. You got to trust your intuition. Maybe you didn't trust your intuition all the way, but at the end of the day, you convince yourself that you're the one. Self-love is the basis of all love. Am I correct there, Aries? I know I am. I've known a few too many of you. And by the way, that's not a shot across the bow, but you are my temporary therapist while I'm doing this. All right, let's take a look at the body part of it. Moving quick here. So listen, Aries, I think you've got a lot of compassion going here, mind into the body. You're ready to make some changes, and you're also ready to really kind of love yourself. I kind of like how this is going for you, Aries. I kind of sort of do. Now let's take a look at the spirit part of it. I'm always trying to do the right thing, but you're a little upside down on this. Maybe you've been following somebody that doesn't really resonate with you. Maybe you want to get to back to the practical thing. Because listen, here comes the Emperor. And you know what that talks about? That talks about you going back to basics. If it doesn't feel good, Aries, don't do it. Don't do it. What does this have to do with Mercury retrograde? Everything. It's about reconciling your path and making sure you're going the right way. Now I'm going to pull out the Oracle card here. Of course, it's Gaia. How about a little earth energy for you? A little harmony, a little abundance, a little wholesome and forgiveness. Boom! By the way, Gaia is also, again, here's Archangel Ariel. Again, sitting here as the Earth Angel. Ta-da! Ta-freaking-da! Now listen, Gaia, I'm going to bury you down at the bottom of the ship here. We're not going to see you again, but we are going to shuffle up our... Oh, geez, I didn't even go to the center square. Let's go to the center square for you. Of course. Right now, Aries is like, are you sure you want to? I don't know, because here comes the Tower. Here comes a quick and sudden change for you to be able to decide what you want to do. And you may feel like you're being left out in the cold a little bit, but don't take it personal. Because let me tell you something. This is about being earthbound and making sure that you go back to your own basics. You got the Emperor sitting here. You got the Two of Cups. You've got the King of Cups, or the Knight of Cups, rather. This center square means that you're coming out of something where maybe you thought you were in eternal happiness. Maybe you were a little bit of a fool, but you needed something new. The Tower's coming in, messing shit up and going, hey, you got to let go of some stuff in order to bring some other stuff in. Sorry, Aries, we just speak the truth here. That's how we're going to do it. And by the way, you love to speak the truth, Aries. You just don't like to hear it. I'm sorry. Was that a little too close to home? Am I cutting too close to the edge? Am I going into Bryan Adams territory? Am I cutting like a knife? I don't know. I don't care. But here we are. Here we are. Listen, we're going to do a quick shuffle here right across the board and make sure that we have these as mixed up as possible. You know, another positive about this Aries during this time is that you're really kind of self-centered this year. And in other years it got annoying, but I think a lot of people are seeing you take the steps that you need to, Aries. I'm gonna give you a positive reinforcement here, especially since the fact that your nature of Gaia came out in this. I mean, I think that's a really super important thing here. I mean, super important thing, because I think that when I'll just drop half of the cards there. 52 pickup for those of you playing at home. 78, whatever it takes. Doesn't matter. By the way, I teach tarot. I also teach that when you drop the cards, it's telling you something. As I do my calisthenics for the day. Come on, guys. That's just funny. That's just funny. By the way, the star card came out. Uh-oh. Little Aquarian energy popping in on you. Well, listen, we're going to reset this because I'm my own producer, everybody. I want to be my own producer. I want to be my own director. And here we go, Taurus. Listen, Taurus in Mercury, this is going down in your first house, kids. You know, where Aries it kind of went on the cusp there. By the way, that's the other thing of it happening right on the 15 degree. Messes up the houses a little bit. Which one are you in? Which one's more? Which one's less? Well, let me tell you something, Mercury Retrograde. It's happening right smack dab in the middle of Taurus. Taurus, let's talk about something for a second. Let's talk about your practicality. Let's talk about the life-changing stuff that you're going to go to and go through. I mean, Aries is kind of in the middle of it. I mean, after all, I got an eclipse. Didn't quite get to you there, Taurus. Don't you feel like you totally came in second in the beauty contest with the eclipse? Like it's at the 29 degree Anarch. Ooh, tons of energy. What did I drop? Oh. 5 of Cups. Said that be a pace setter here. All right, guys, we're going to take a look at the mind, body, spirit. Spiritual journey for you, Taurus, for this Mercury retrograde period. Oh, gosh. Godspeed here, Taurus, because right now out of the gate, you guys saw me shuffle. Star card coming up here. Again, we're going on with the mind. You are part of something bigger, but guess what? You feel like you've been a little bit anxious about it. You feel like your headspace is about missing out and like you're just not getting to everything. By the way, this is a great combination for you, for an earth sign, because you're always feeling like you should be doing more and anxiety sets in. Right? In water signs, the anxiety is like, oh my gosh, the intuitive anxiety, but not you. It's the real deal. Here comes a marriage card here for your body, for your mind body. Here's body. You look in the mirror and you love what you got, but you are the wounded warrior. You're ready to put this down. By the way, in reverse here. The 10 of Wands, you're ready to put it down. In other words, it's like every single time you think to yourself, everything's okay, you're like, oh my gosh, what now is happening? Come on, Taurus, get it together. By the way, this is about money matters a little bit too, because you got to pay attention here. Because on this spiritual journey, once again, wow, 5 of Swords. You're ready to do battle. You're like, all right, fine, whatever. I'll go do this. And then the Ace of Wands comes out. How about you pull out a little bit of fire energy here? And let's do it quickly here in the center square with the 8 of Wands. Oh, and then the Queen of Wands upright. Ooh. Hey, Taurus, are you, you got a little love interest in you? We got the marriage card showing up. Ooh, I'll just knock my microphone. Just imagine if I had it. I can't use a lavalier because when I do the hard tap, it would sound like it's an earthquake. True story. Anyways, back to the show. You got the star card, which is fate, which is coming to peace with everything, purpose. Then you have the 4 of Wands. Then you have the Ace of Wands. Then you've got the Queen of Wands. And, ooh, I think somebody's coming in quick. They're coming in hot. They're coming in H-O-T-T-T. Don't let them slide in the DMs. Make sure you know what's going on. All right, let's see what the foils have to say. Oh, yeah, of course. 3 of Swords comes out. This just really kind of speaks to everything else that's kind of gone on to you. But here's a reminder here, Taurus. How about the Queen of Pentacles? The Queen of Pentacles is really kind of getting you back to set. It's the queen of the earth energy. It's the queen of you. Go be the queen bee, if you will. Go be who you're supposed to be there, bee. Go be you. In your mind, you have to go back to the practical things and just realize what you really have. Because here into the body, it's all about balance. Oh, Justice card, little Libra action here going on. In the Page of Cups, here comes the new frivolous idea coming in that maybe mentally you're not as far off as what you think. And maybe you're taking all of those experiences and actually putting things together. Let's take a look. The spiritual timing card comes out with the Four of Swords sitting right here, and then the Fool. So maybe this is about it's time to do something new. Maybe your spiritual journey has kind of been like, kind of been beat up a little bit. I'm looking for something new. I have a passion. I want to get there. Then the Four of Swords comes out. This is the timing card. Not quite yet. In good time. And then the Fool card comes out because you're ready for something new. Center square says, let's just travel the world, everybody. You're worldly. You've got enough information and stuff going on there, and you got tons of options. Woo! Taurus, I just want to say thank you for having and hosting this Mercury Retrograde. I'm also going to tell you you're going to be a changed person by the end of this, because when you get more options in all of this, just push forward energy. Let's just call it push forward energy. You're going to love this one. Bam! This is a cockatoo. I've always wanted to say, am I getting bleeped here on YouTube by saying cockatoo? I mean, there's only one of them. But this is about confidence, companionship, communication. By the way, of course it is. It's Mercury in retrograde in your sign. Set the pace for everybody, would you? Would you please? Would you maybe, I don't know, take a look around every now and then? I'm sorry, I just totally went down that. I just totally went down that path, didn't I? By the way, I just want to pull up my notes here about Mercury retrograde. And by the way, this definitely has a financial feel to you guys. But it really is kind of about what you want to be. And listen, you are going to be a different person if you do this the right way. Let's be honest. If you can be honest with yourself, you're going to knock this out of the park. You really are. Taurus, I kind of sort of believe in you for a couple of reasons. In this time of Mercury retrograde, you're so good at talking to other people in your day-to-day life. But in this Mercury retrograde, guess what? You got to go within. You got to have a conversation with yourself. You better get lean and mean and honest. Right? You got to do it in a way where if you do a little bit of mirror work, you're going to go a long, long way here. Long way. You know, it's funny, Taurus, you're so practical. You got a little vanity to you, but I don't care about that. 98.99% of the time, Taurus, sun, moon, rising, you are absolutely 100% earning that reputation of just being just so practically good looking. Like a natural, like classic good look, right? And why shouldn't you have an honest conversation with yourself? You spend most of your time, I don't know, with yourself? Do you think maybe? Do you think maybe, baby? I don't know, Taurus. You got a cool month coming along. You will be a changed person if you do this the right way. Gemini. Gemini, are you ready, Gemini? I mean, Gemini, are you ready? Because I gotta find your link here. Oh, hi, Gemini. How you doing? How you doing, Gemini? So a little overkill here with what you guys are up against here. Yeah, you're in the 12th house here. You know, and let's keep that in mind while we roll out these cards, because recognizing that when Mercury's in the 12th house, it's about expression of your hopes and dreams and desires. Well, now it's retrograde. Now it's time to put up or shut up. Now it's time to kind of really start to express that. And that could be why it is you're being a little bit frugal here in the mind part of it. Right out of the gate, Six of Pentacles. And then, of course, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So there's something here with you mentally, in your mind, your mindset with yourself, that you're like, you know what, I'm going to get there. And then, of course, you get the Five of Cups with your body. Mind, body. Woo-hoo. Five of Cups, and then the Eight of Cups. So you feel like maybe you've been writing checks your body can't cash. Right, Gemini? Maybe it's just one of those godsend things that, you know what, you just got to do what you got to do till you get there. Then the moon comes popping out here in your spiritual journey. You're about to uncover something. And then you got the Three of Cups. Oh, Gemini, this is really good for you. Because the 12th house being that of a spiritual center for you, it is one of the intuitive houses. This is going to be kind of like your own practicality in terms of like what you're bringing out. And by the way, the Hermit card shows up here in the center. This is spiritual time for you. Big time. And then you get the Nine of Pentacles. Practically perfect in every way. Let's talk about the work that you got to do here, Gemini. You can't mail it in. You cannot mail it in. These are hard work cards. This is a hard realization. In your head, you think you're missing out. In your head, you're thinking, well, if I have almost everything, that's good enough, right? Let's take a look at what the foil has to say. Oh, can we give Gemini some strength here? I wish we had a round of applause. I wish the studio audience would stand up and applaud for this one. Boom! How about a little bit of strength? To get through the mind part of it, because you've got it coming. You've got a redirection here. You're strong enough, Gemini. In the mind, listen, your mind is just, I mean, you're having conversations with us and you're not quiet. Think of all the conversations you're having inside your head on a regular basis, Gemini. Thank you very much. In the 12th house, it'll never shut up. But I don't say that it's a negative thing. I just know how it feels. Let's take a look at what's going on with the body here. The Hangman comes out. You've got to look at things a little bit differently. Two, not one, but two Five of Cups. You got to let it easy on yourself here, Gemini. You are beating yourself up. I know I just gave you a Tower card, but let's redirect you. Let's focus in on this spiritual. Oh, I don't know if you're hanging out with some crew that like doesn't really work with you well, but this Lord of the Flies card comes out. It lands right here. It's kind of that internal battle. Maybe this is you changing your tribe and going, you know what? I'm going to do the right thing here. It's time for a change. You get the 5 here. So this is about happiness. This is about your dreams. Maybe this is about opening your own shop, Gemini. Maybe this is about doing your own readings. Maybe this is about you stepping into this and saying, I have value. I can help. Let's take a look at the center square, because the center square is bringing us home. It's been a journey, hasn't it? Six of Swords comes out. Talk about a long-standing journey. Right? Sometimes painful, sometimes not, but you know it can't last forever. The Page of Wands comes out. This is a new idea. Gemini, you are about to absorb a new idea. Oh, and by the way, Mercury is your ruling planet. Now it's sitting in your 12th house. Hopes and dreams, desires, fears, losses. Whew. That's everything in this. What oracle card are we bringing out here? We got the get-go. Synchronicity, optimism, truth, and mobility. So this is about change for you. It's also about the idea that you've got to get back to the nature of who you are and what you're about. Because this center square, knock it out of the park. The spiritual part of it, the mind and the body, oh, you're beating the crap out of yourself, Gemini. We love you, Gemini. We love it when you come to the party and you just talk all night. We also love that when you ask us to coffee, you don't pay. You don't pay. And then you talk the entire time and we think to ourselves, why in the heck fire? Why in the heck fire did I come to this? But we do it because we love you. We really do, Gemini. I mean, listen, you're a good soul. You got a lot of good work here. I think the best part about this, honestly, I really like that get-go. I also like the fact that the Hermit was your center square, because that actually really talks about your spiritual journey. I really like that. I like that a lot. Gemini, heart taps. Got to keep going here. All right, our Cancerians. Dive in, Cancerians. How are you? Hope everything's doing well. Hope you're part of the fun. Now, Cancerian energy is going to be center stage about halfway through this retrograde. Because of the, I'm pretty sure it's a trine. I should have written it down. I should have had it in my notes. But you're going to get really ramped up. And this is sitting in your 11th house. So, of course, what this is going to do is, this is about reconnecting with old friends, old family. Maybe this is your old college buddies. Maybe this is about those grade school people. So don't just dismiss. You know, I get this all the time in Facebook. I'm like, how do I know this person? They're like, we went to St. Maurice and you let out all the snakes and you said, hi, everybody, I'm St. Patrick. And then I was like suspended for 3 days. True story. Should have taken Jackie Hayes with me. All right. Anyways, enough about that. Into you here, Cancerian energy. Mind, body, spirit. Here we go. Mind, right out of the gate. Look at this. Whether it's delusion or happiness, you think you've got it all. And then, of course, the Seven of Swords comes up, or Seven of Wands comes up. What this really kind of indicates to me is that there is the battle, but you've always taken the higher ground. Oh, let's see what changes here. And into the mind, body, into the body. I always do that. What is up with that? I should label it like bar. We got mind, and then we got body. Well, the Queen of Pentacles comes out because this is actually good Taurinian energy for you. This is kind of like good speak. And by the way, practical application. Mentally, there's an evening coming out for you. In other words, an evenness that you're gonna be able to kind of deal with. And by the way, I totally mixed this up. I don't care. This is how Spirit showed me to do it. Then we got the Page of Swords. Page of Swords, wow, on the spiritual side of it. Maybe it's a new concept for you. Maybe it's something strong. And here you go with some more Taurinian energy. King of Pentacles comes out upright. Let's take a look at the center square here. Yeah, your anxiety is still right there in the center. Cancer, I know you don't like to drive further than 3 feet from your house, but it's kind of time to kind of get there, right? But then, wow. You are absolutely capturing this earth energy. Because here comes the Ten of Pentacles for you. So in the center square, this is about the anxiety that you kind of have. And then the Ten of Pentacles is about manifesting what you need out of it. So you're eventually going to get there, but how about that? I didn't see this one coming, Cancer. I really didn't. But this is about a lot of practical. Look at all the practicality. Look at all of these Pentacles. And you start out with a happy card. All right, well, let's talk to that. Let's talk about your knight in shining armor there, Cancerian energy. The Knight of Pentacles, you know, the one that actually finishes the race, the one that comes through. This one shows up here with the mind. So this is about you conquering it. And then, of course, the Eight of Swords comes out. This is, of course, is your anxiety connected to your intuition. So go ahead and start believing in your intuition and letting it guide you through this here. Oh, this is tremendous growth. And, of course, nothing lasts forever, huh, Cancerians? The Ten of Swords comes out. By the way, those are all self-inflicted wounds. Patent pending on those sound effects. So your body is kind of like, listen, I'm not taking care of myself. You're not taking care of yourself, Cancerians. Sorry, that's what this is showing, right? You got the Queen of Pentacles, like, I want to do the right thing. You know, I drink, but I don't drink on Tuesdays. And then I got the Ten of Swords. And then who comes out with the Hierophant? It's time to change some things for your mental health here. Maybe it does in line with your physical body, but kind of speaks the truth there now, doesn't it? How about we bring in the Page of Wands to your spiritual journey? Maybe this is a new way of looking at things. Actually, it's kind of taking a look back to the old way. You've got a couple of old way cards here. Go back to the old way. When the High Priestess comes out, it's actually one of the connective tissues for Judaism in the tarot, because it references just one line in the Bible about, in the Torah even, Boaz and Joachim, the keepers of the knowledge. So here it is. That's what the two pillars are. That's not what the BJ stands for. Get your head out of the clouds, everybody. Let's talk about the center square here, because, I just found the source of the anxiety. It's a choice. It is a choice. Two of Wands comes out. Tough decisions ahead. Two of Swords. I cannot make this up. Cancerians, listen. Whew. You kind of beat yourself up here a little bit. You're writing checks your body can't cash. You're getting in your own head. But it's time. I think by the middle of this retrograde, by like May 1st, 5th, somewhere in between there, you're going to find that you're going to be making some choices for yourself here. In a good way, in a bad way. But you have choices all over the place here. And you know what? It's your time. It's your time to make those choices and be those parts. Let me just make sure my notes are covering everything here. Yeah, this is about new opportunities too. So this kind of makes sense. You're making some choices. Maybe you're being discerning about your friendships. Maybe you're being discerning about your relationships. This could extend into work. This could be your love life. It could be a lot of different things, if you know what I mean. But for you, I mean, let's keep it real here, Cancerians. Sometimes you don't really like to talk about things because it's kind of difficult. This Mercury in retrograde is going to give you that opportunity. Guess what? You are going to reach out to those friends that you haven't talked to. I don't care if they haven't talked to you in 15 years. Pick up the phone and say hi. You miss them. You miss them, Cancerians. You miss them. Send them, slide into their DMs or whatever the kids are doing these days. Step in and kind of do like a, hey, how you doing? I was kind of wondering, hey, remember that time when we got pizza and then we ended up in Missouri? Only kind of sort of half kidding. You know, why not reminisce a little bit? You guys hear me like shuffling on this? It's like click, 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 click. Why not talk about the good times? Why not have a big chill moment? What a great movie. Go back and watch The Big Chill. If you're over 45, you know the movie. If you're under 45, you're like, is that the fish guy? I thought he was in I don't know who. You just watch it. Oh, by the way, your card is the wild horse here, Cancerian. I knew I was forgetting something. By the way, I'll be busy being human. You stay tuned. The wild horse is freedom, sensitivity, spirit, and partnership. It's about renewal of strength. It's also about doing what's natural for you. All right, Leo. Thank you, Cancerians. Here we go, Leos. Hey, Leo. I'm going to make yours a little bit bigger because I know you're already like, I can't see it. A bunch of self-centered gurus. You know, I feel like splitting this one more time. Sun, Moon, Rising, Leo. Here we go. Into the mind. Why not we go here, everybody? Right out of the gate. Hi, how are you? I'm very good. Thank you very much. Thank you very littles. And then we've got the Four of Pentacles. Maybe a little FOMO going on. Maybe a little, I don't want to lose this. I don't know. Kind of strength and endurance. You're kind of paying attention to yourself. Into your body. Look at that. Wine does the body good, does it not? Two of Cups comes out. A little bit of love interest. You're mentally strong. Come on, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising. Six of Wands comes out. This is about confidence. This is about triumph. This is about getting your fingers dirty, but coming out ahead. Spiritually, Page of Pentacles. Something new coming our way here. New idea. Double down on that. Double down on that with the Ace of Wands. Whew, center square. Let's talk about it. The Queen of Cups. Well, if you don't have somebody to rule over you, what good are you? I saw that in a movie once, and then they unleashed their damn dragon on me. And then the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles on top of that. This is about the hard work at the center of everything. Leos, you're working hard. This communication is also happening. This Mercury retrograde is happening in your 10th house. I'm going to pull up my notes here so that I can speak intelligently about how intelligent I am. Oh, yeah, totally through your 10th house. And, oh, by the way, might not get off to the best start because, of course, when you get forced into doing something, Leos, you don't like that. Mercury retrograde talks about that. When it goes direct, you're going to have a different understanding about where you're going in your career, what you're about to go about. So, time to be a little career-oriented with this. If you want the raise, you better ask for it. I mean, not that that's ever been an issue for you, but there's some tactical things that are probably kind of hanging you up. Let's see what the foils have to say here. We're going to go over to the mind. Oh, yeah, definitely some change. This is some change of thought pattern. This is a change of pattern. It's a change of pattern of who you are and what you're about. And then comes out the Six of Cups. It's going to be fruitful. This change, the things that you're letting go, the ego death that you're going through, Leo, sometimes I'm just talking to myself, allows you to be the person who you're going to be. Choices coming up in the mind, body, spirit, the body part of it. Gosh, the Two of Swords is coming up here. Tons of choices coming your way, and it's going to be quick. Maybe it's about a Cancerian. Here we go. Chariot pops out. Says a quick hello. Likes to move quickly. Sometimes not always in the same direction. Sometimes a little chaotic. Sometimes a little out of control. It's not always Yul Brynner at the helm. Spiritually, way to be a leader. Fixed energy here. Can't stop what's coming. Can't stop what's already on its way. My regards, Tori. How are we going to lay over the top of this? High Priestess again. Whew. By the way, I'm mixing the cards up a little bit. Kind of cool. Here in the center square, reap what you sow, my friends. The Seven of Pentacles comes out because you are strong and independent. You are doing the work. You are doing the work. And balance. Whew, how about that for some earth energies? Some earth energies right there. And of course, the Salmon comes out. Faith, determination, independence, and of course, change. Hey, Leo. Hold on a second. Let's get to the point where it doesn't glare. Let's focus in on it. Tough writing on this. If I get really close, can you see that says Salmon? Yeah, there we go. There we go. You need to see that. So listen, Leo, a lot of things to contend with. A lot of things to manage. A lot of change coming your way, wouldn't you say? I mean, wouldn't you say to yourself, hey, maybe I can do something a little bit differently. Maybe I can go through this change. And by the way, one of the most difficult things for Leos in the change category is where that Death card came out. In your own head. Leos are legends in their own mind. We really are. And we're quite good at it, by the way. We're very good at it. There's no two ways about it. But there's also something, that fear of like holding on to what you have and letting go and changing so that then you can get what you need. That's a big deal. It's a big deal, Leo Meisters. So enjoy this earth energy communication. Really practical. Not only with yourself and others. And this Salmon card, by the way, the Salmon card is a 5. Welcome your change, my friend. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising. So, what comes after said Leo? Anybody got an idea? Oh, yes. The Queen Virgo herself. Nothing wrong with that. All right, let's take a look at this. By the way, Virgos, sitting in the 9th house, this is about your spiritual education. It's about your travel, right? You might be feeling a little lost here, Virgo, but that's kind of coming with the territory. When Mercury goes into retrograde, here in the earth signs, you're think about it. You're next up for your Mercury retrograde. It'll happen in your first house into your identity. Spirit has a plan. Right now it's in your 9th house. Right now it's letting you know, what's your faith all about? Why do you feel unsettled? Why do you feel all shaky? Right? This is an opportunity for you to deepen your sense of strength, of faith, and comprehension, and where you personally want to go. Don't externalize this. Do it yourself. Little shuffle there. Whew. Here in the mind, you feel like you're left out in the cold. You feel like you're the last one coming. And it comes at you quick. The 8 of Wands hits you all over the place. And it's not just one thing. It's like 100 things, right? But then, into your body, you're like, you know what? I'm going to get fine-tuned. I am going to Knight of Wands here. And why stop there? How about the World card? How about some fixed energy to that there ass of yours? Time to do it the way you meant to do it. Spiritually, let's take a look. Your spiritual journey is sitting there with the Queen of Wands. Thank you very much. Wow, how about this? And dudes, I'm shuffling these. Like I'm over under in them. And the High Priestess comes out. The High Priestess is making a lot of conversation right now. It's about going back to the basics and being determined to it. Maybe it's going back. Maybe it's reading what you were grown up with. Maybe it is going back to the Bible. Maybe it is going back to the Torah. And then the Emperor comes out. Let's go center square here. The Emperor, the practical, and showing that it's a journey. You are not broken, Virgo. You are not broken. Let's take a look at what the foils have to say. How about a little earth energy to calm your ass down? Whew. Queen of Pentacles are sitting here strong, along with the Emperor. Could you please pay attention? In your mind, at your core, you're in command. You're pulling on that Aries energy. This eclipse is probably going to kick your butt too, by the way. Into your body. Listen, you look in the mirror and you're like, hot damn, like, come on, dog. 10 of Cups comes out and you're just like, that Virgo's fine. And then you're like, maybe I need to kind of look for other people. Maybe I got to see another piece of the world. Maybe this is travel. I mean, after all, it is a 9th house. Kind of screams at you there. Yeah, change all over the place here. Speaking of change, can I get a change for a 10 of Pentacles? I think so. Spiritually, you're about to knock it out of the park, and you ain't wrong, but you got to have balance. It ain't anybody's fault. It ain't anybody's overlook. It's not you forgot to do something. This is about you saying, I can't be a zealot. I can't be a preacher. Now, the Knight of Wands comes out here in the center square, and this tells me that you are going to have, at your core, you're just going to do it a little bit differently. Here you go. 7 of Pentacles. 8 of Pentacles. I'm like, that's not the 7. It's the 8 of Pentacles. You're willing to do the work here, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising. I'm going to appreciate you until the end of the time. Because here comes the Falcon. Focus, action, purpose, aspiration. Quit trying to externalize anything. Look within. The true hermit sitting in the 9th house with this Mercury retrograde. By the way, you got to get this act together, because when this Mercury retrograde goes into your first house there, Virgo, you're hosting a home party for the Mercury here. We expect bean dip. Maybe one of those 7-layered dips. Anybody? Am I the only one that likes that? I was at a home party the other night, and they had a no-bean 7-layer dip. And I said, well, why don't you just name it a 6-layer dip? And they said, that's stupid. And I'm like, well, this is going to go well. I wish I was exaggerating. By the way, the woman had an incredible sense of humor. She's hysterical. And might be able to drink one of my best friends under the table. Just going to tell you that. Because I know Penny doesn't watch all the way through these videos, but that's why we do like little shout outs to each other, just to see if we watch each other's videos. And I'm burying it in Virgo, because she has no freaking reason to watch Virgo. Like none. And I'll say, hey, how was it? And she'll be like, it was great. And I go, oh, did you hear my shout out? She'll be like, oh, yes, thank you, dear. You're so amazing. I just said that a quasi-drunkard Irish woman in downtown Watervliet could drink you under the table, and she challenges you. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, there. God save the Queen. Get out of her country. I'm gonna get so many comments on that. God save the Queen. Get out of my country. Oh, you couldn't save the Queen. That's right. How's that whole king thing working out for them? Felt the need to really kind of do a deep shuffle here. I kind of did some other quasi shuffles before. We're going to mix this up because... Why don't we take a look at Scorpio? Scorpio. Do I have all these open? Oh, yeah. There we go. Hey, Scorpio. Hey, Scorpio. Hey, Scorpio. So, your secondary planet is Mercury, as well as the moon, right? You're really kind of down with Mars and Pluto, but let's talk about that for a second. By the way, if you think you have this retrograde off, you don't. This is in your 8th house, Scorpio. What's the 8th house to Scorpio? Oh, did I skip Libra? Let's go back to Libra. So sorry, guys. So sorry. We're going to go to Libra first. I am going to do this in order, because what happens is that if I don't do this in order, then you guys absolutely blow up my algorithm with it. They're like, he didn't do it the right way, and then it looks like negative comments. So Scorpio, stay tuned. Give me about 4 minutes. Oh, I feel so much better about this, because Libra being here in your 8th house, it kind of is a deeper set for you, because you may have the potential to get together with somebody old again. You're also going to look for a level of return of your investment on things. It's kind of a margin call for Libra, where when Libra gets activity in their 8th house like they are right now, you know, particularly the rising, especially the rising, sun as well to a certain degree, moon, all bets are off. Never know with a Libra moon in regards to that. It's either the best time ever, or it's like, you owe me money. It's just the way it is. But with this, let's just say you're a Libra rising, especially if you're a Libra rising, the chances of you getting together with an ex are huge. Because this is like, you want to go back and at least have closure, or you want to close things out. like maybe unfinished business. That's part of what retrogrades are about. The 8th house is about sex, death, taxes, other people's money. So good time for a contract too, believe it or not, especially if it goes in your favor. Got it? All right, Libra, here we go. Libra, sun, moon, rising, of course, right out of the gate, into the mind. 6 of Pentacles shows up. I swear I've been shuffling. And then we've got the star. So guess what? There's a higher purpose to some of the stuff that you're doing mentally as you kind of go through this. Now, physically, get the death card here. This is about a change. Maybe you've been feeling a little run down. Maybe you're feeling a little ragged. Maybe you're kind of burning the candle at both ends. Or maybe you've just been pushing hard. Because then the moon comes into place, and this is self-care. This is some definite self-care into the body here. Whew. Are we speaking to you yet? Now, emotionally, or I should say spiritually, Chariot comes out. This is like a whole bunch of stuff coming at you, a whole bunch of choices. And then the Ace of Wands comes out. Have we not seen this before? Center square here, 2.0 is uploading. New Libra time coming. Haven't seen him yet. How about that for you? A little Capricorn energy dropping right here in the center of it. Judgment, maybe some physical, tangible, like, hey, what the hell is going on here? Why am I picking on myself when I want some carnal knowledge? Go ahead and figure that one out. So let's not get ourselves into the judgment here, Libra. You are part of something bigger. And oh, by the way, spiritually, this is showing you something. All right, let's take a look at the foils here. Oh, the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups. So mentally, you're really in a good place because then the 6 of Cups comes out. Either that or you're having some babies. Or you're thinking about doing. This is a fruitful time for you to be able to like come up with new ideas, things that you love, right? Big career year for you, Libra. And this is one of those placements where it's like maybe this is a contract. Maybe this is getting new clients. This retrograde should be huge for you here, Libra. Yeah, here we go again. Listen, you got the death card. I stand behind these cards. I really do, everybody. Because the 10 of Swords comes out. By the way, these are all self-inflicted wounds. Right? Into your body. And here is some change, but it's change for the better. The death card comes out in reversal. Dropping right down there saying, hey, listen, let's do this the right way. So you got death. Oh my gosh. Your body is like, I don't know, is shit falling off you here, Libra? Sorry. The moon is here where it's like, I dream of a body that has nothing falling off of it. And then you got the 10 of Swords. This is beating yourself up. It's also the just all the wounds of time. But then the death card comes out in reverse, which is about a good positive change. Now, spiritually, you're like, oh, gosh, I'm going to take my ball and go home. I'm not going to argue with you guys. And I'm going to create my own sword. You know, as a business, as a person, as somebody that just has dealings with other people, you're really going to go the distance here. This is like a correction time because you've got to remember that you're on a mission here. Libra, this is a huge year. This is arguably one of your biggest years ever. Because here comes that said 7 of Pentacles again. You're working hard at this new person. And here comes the 3 of Cups. Whew. You know, I was out in Oneida a couple of weeks ago, and I had this vision that I was going to read 3 Sisters, and this is how they showed it to me. 3 of Cups came right in front of me. They're like, you're gonna do the 3 Sisters. I was like, okay. Happy delicious. Here we go. Ta-da! Well, there it is. How about a nice eagle card? Vision, freedom, authority, inspiration. Being able to take a look at, I don't know, say the eagle eye of things. Pay attention to detail here, Libra. This is an important time for you. Pay attention to those contracts. Wow. This is about other people's money. Don't be surprised if you get a job offer, too. And you know, or a new client or something along those lines where you're just like, is this too good to be true? It might be. You might want to look at the finer points to it. But you're going to do the work, and it's a God happiness all to it. I love this reading for you, Libra. I really do. I mean, and Libras, keep in mind, this year, you know, last year, of all the air signs, you were the one that was kind of like, I need the change the most. Right? Last year, when Mercury was in retrograde in your sign, you basically told the world off. You were like, yeah, I'm not going to play that game anymore. That's where you made decisions. That's where you started to plant the seed going, you know what? You can take this job and shove it. We'll take this job and shove it. Remember that song? Whatever happened to that? I should do one on that. Hope you guys are enjoying the total eclipse of the Bonnie Tyler's chart. I was going to do something funny and like eclipse half of her chart. And I'm like, I'm just going to drive people nuts. Quite frankly, I was going to confuse myself even. Didn't want to do that. All right, Scorpio, thank you so much for hanging out. Libra, have a great month. You got this. You got this retrograde. Next 3 weeks are going to be fun and exciting. Scorpio. Hi, Scorpio. It's kind of sort of all about your relationships because the 7th house is coming into effect here. This is about, your harmony, what you've been healing with partnerships and friendships, and really kind of hanging with the people that inspire you. And you're also going to do a little bit of here in the retrograde going, yeah, I kind of hurt you and I probably shouldn't have. It's on you, Scorpio. It's on you. But this is your opportunity, right? Instead of having sleepless nights going, I don't want to hurt anymore, right? Sometimes we have that. Sometimes we do that. We're human. It's the way we go. It's the way we work, right? But sometimes the toughest part here, Scorpio, is actually saying it. All right, here we go. Into the mind. A lot of options. Whew. You've been living the truth in that, right? Oh, by the way, the 7 of, kind of makes sense. It's the last Scorpio card. So if you're at the end of Scorpio, right? If you're at the very tail end of Scorpio, that's your card right there. Into the mind. Then the King of Cups, you kind of think your shit doesn't stink a little bit, but that's okay. Nothing wrong with that because physically, you're riding high. Everything's working. If you were the Tin Man, everything is oiled, right? Because mentally, 7 of Swords, you're able to sort things out, though, and kind of be like, oh, energetically, if somebody comes into my path and that's there, then I don't have to do it on my end. Whoo. All right, timing card comes out for spirituality. This could be your uplifting existence. This could be you going, I can see it, but do I really want to tackle this stuff now? And then spiritually, you're like, I'm just going to do this from within. You're not going to take on any baggage, but you are going to clean up some of the work, right? This is a cleanup project. It's also you being able to say like, I could have done this a little bit better. By the way, here at your core, it's a new way of looking at something. And aren't you going to come out the master? Come on, Scorpio. You're energetic. You do things behind the scenes. You let people be who they are. You don't talk out of turn. Great work. All right, let's see what the foil has to say. Queen of Cups. Boy, if you are not water energy by now. Cup, Pentacle. King of Pentacles comes out. And, mentally, you're just really grounded. By the way, that's the reason why you're able to do things like apologies. It's the reason why you're able to do things like, hey, it went this way, but I wish it went that way. And even if there's only a sliver of culpability here, you take that sliver and you don't. It's not my fault when it wasn't your fault. Good job by you, Scorpio. Way to be the trendsetter. The 6 of Cups comes out. Physically, you feel like you're a new person. You feel like you got new stuff coming on. And then the King of Cups coming in. You feel like a kid again. You feel like you're going out there and rocking and rolling all the way through. And our first appearance of the day in your spirituality is the Sun. Ba-ba-da-dun. And the 6 of Wands. You definitely have a high opinion about yourself here, Scorpio. But I'm going to tell you, that is going to set the stage for you to work with your relationships. You're looking at what you're bringing to the table. At the end of the day, that's what it is. Page of Cups comes out because this is kind of new if you eat crow a little bit and you work with it and you look at it as a journey. 6 of Swords comes out. It might be a little painful for you to get through, but let me tell you something. It's worth it. 100% worth it. Because here comes the orange-bellied parrot. I didn't make this stuff up, right? We're working with the language of animals. The orange-bellied parrot is about radiance, expression, communication, and accelerated. You're on a journey to bring yourself forward. By the way, once it's done, it's done. 9 comes out here. The 36 sits here and just basically says, thank you very much, everybody. Whew. Really interesting take here with Scorpio because, the Scorpios that I know tend to just be like, yeah, well, not a big deal. I'm not going to deal with it. Yeah, that's kind of onto their own. This is kind of calling you to action. And it's probably a good thing. It kind of makes sense. If the only time you really have to spring into action is during the retrogrades, is that bad? Probably not. Right? Is it the type of scenario where... Did you hear me do that clean shuffle? See, the microphone is just out of view, and it's in between 2 cameras, because I'm classy like that. I really do need somebody to help me with this stuff, but until then, I will forget to hit record. Oh, just kidding. See? It was funny, because I still hit record. I like to show a little bit of honesty about the shuffle thing about it. It's funny, because I've seen... There was a little bit of scandal on YouTube a couple of months ago, where somebody was doing these cards, and they were, like, stacking them, and... at first they were like, boy, that's really amazing. You're calling out the cards before they happen. But they were really stacking it. Come on, just cut your crap. That's my Scorpio moment right there. Like just cut your crap. Because Sagittarius are about cutting crap. You know that, right? Hi, Sagittarius. How are you? Thank you so much for your patience. I mean, you don't have quite as much patience as, say, I don't know, a Pisces. But here we are. Sagittarius, this is diving into your physical health here. 6th house. Could be tough. Could be a little rough. It's kind of an honesty metric, really. Self-care overhaul. Here we go. Things that have been draining your energy, you're really going to start to address. And by the way, take a little time for yourself. You don't have to go to every concert. You don't have to go to every meeting. You don't have to answer every call. How about that one? How about that one? Sometimes you want to get off the horse and not ride everywhere. Sometimes it's okay to kind of be like, I'm tired, I'm going to go home. I know you don't want to stay home, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, but here we are. Because you are sitting here with the 9 of Cups here in your head. You're like, let the good times roll. You are a car's greatest hits. Because you are in search of that person, that thing that you always love, and the things that you want to always love. Pardon me. Let's take a look at what's going on with the body. Oh, yeah. Well, listen, we're talking about self-care. 6th house. The wands are beautiful for you. How about another? You're going to get super practical about what's going on with your mind and your body. In your head, you're like, I am the party. I got to go find it. I don't want to miss out. You're also going to say, hey, I got to do this the right way, and not do it the wrong way. Judgmental. We've all got stuff we're not really happy about, huh? But in the spirituality position, this is about you taking on maybe a new way of looking at things. How about a little cardinal knowledge for you? Now, the devil actually talks about you. Oh, and by the way, nice shuffle, Brandon. That combo came up earlier. But the devil card comes out over the judgment because maybe you're like, hey, spiritually, maybe I need to connect with somebody physically in order to be spiritual with them. Careful with that, but you can do it. Maybe that's what this combination is. Make sure you trust them or you don't know them at all. I don't know your business. Right here in the center square, Page of Swords comes out. And then the 8 of Cups comes out. Of course it does, of course it does, of course it does. Because every single time you think you take one step forward, you think you take one step back. Like, I'm kind of missing out on this. Let's see what the foil has to say. Into the Mind, Page of Swords. So I get this kind of theme. This is the second Page of Swords that we're getting here, right? So maybe mentally this is about changing your mind. And then, of course, the 7 of Pentacles comes out as some of the work. I am shuffling, everybody. Don't you worry. We're shuffling up good. Now, listen, the body thing, this is really good. This really makes sense to me. I mean, when you do this work long enough and you see the consistent cycles of things, I'm talking about the 6th house and what's going on with our mind, our body, right? Our body position here. The 10 of Cups comes out and then the 3 of Wands comes out, which means that you're really in a position to go dive into something completely new but comfortable for yourself, right? The Knight of Pentacles comes out. This is about trust with somebody. This is about trust with your journey. This Knight isn't running rickshaw over everybody. This is about people that you trust, that you know, right? And by the way, you might have to look at this a little bit differently, because here's some fixed energy here. Not the earth energy, but some fixed energy here, right? Oh, by the way, Taurus is right here. Maybe you start speaking up. Maybe you start speaking up in the bedroom. Maybe you start speaking up about what you believe in and how you believe in it. Well, let's take a look at center square. Oh, High Priestess showing up here. And then the Ace of Wands. Every little thing is going to be all right now. Come on, Sagittarius. You know what this journey's about. Sometimes it's about solitude, friendship, strength, and resilience. Oh, a little bit of everything here. Number 3, Polar Bears showing up. What are the messages from Polar Bear? Sometimes you got to do it alone. Sometimes you got to do it with people. In the age of Aquarius, it's about doing it together. Your hole, their hole, they get together. This is da-da-da. Don't say anything dirty about their hole. But what it is understanding that if you do the work, this is just a high reflective time for me, for you here, Sagittarius. But it's going to manifest itself in its physical sense, right? Because this is about your body. Your body is as much about your journey as you are about your journey. Mentally, you're having a great time. You really are. Spiritually, you're like, I don't want to be bad, but I got to be bad every once in a while. Okay. Okay. Let's not get all judgmental here. It's a no judgment zone, right? Sagittarius, I think you're doing a great job. Inside and out. Really do. This is one of those things that, like, it might not ever be a highlight. Might not be a highlight. But it will be a moment where you look back and go, oh, thank goodness I did that. And drop like 27 cards. Don't do that, B. We're not going to do that. Because Capricorn, we're coming up next here. We're going to shuffle these guys in. So sorry. I'll just be busy being human over here. You guys keep clicking like and subscribe. If you made it this far into it and you're really watching all of them, awesome. Maybe you've been waiting for the Capricorn energy. Cap, here we are. Capricorn, here we are. All right, here we go. Here we go with the body. Oh, Ace of Pentacles into the mind. And listen, you are headstrong for sure. Double Capricorn. The Anna Kournikova at the gambling table there, the Ace King. But let me tell you something. Here in Tarot, this is about you being mentally strong and knowing the difference between yourself. You're determined. Physically, oh, whoa, hold on a second. By the way, it's in your 4th house. So let's talk about the mental part of things kind of falling apart with the way you think it was to where it's going to go. The Tower comes out and helps you along, and it comes up quick, everybody. Listen, I hope everybody's safe, but when the 8 of Wands comes out, and we're talking family, sometimes things shift. Sometimes things change. Sometimes people go. Let's hope everybody's safe through this. Because spiritually, Page of Wands comes out. Hi, how you doing, Page of Wands? Thank you very much. And listen, spiritually, you are in a fantastic place because here comes the 10 of Cups. Come on, Cappy. You got this. Center square. Time to look at things a little bit differently. Time to look at things. Oh, and why don't you come up with some new good ideas? Here's some earth energy. I'm sorry, air energy. Coming in with new ideas, new concepts. Can I tell you something, Capricorn? Sun, Moon, Rising? Really good ideas. You got Kings kind of laying the foundation. This Tower card on the body means you got to take care of yourself. That's really what it comes down to. When the mask drops, you got to put it on yourself first. Because here we go. Mind, Queen of Swords. By the way, how about that as a compliment? Right? Oh, in your head. Don't get caught up on the money there, Capricorn. Your true sense, your true self, being able to say, I understand the needs that I have in this earth. And you're going to stick to it. This sounds like a business plan. Also with your family. Maybe it's a family business. Maybe what you're doing is picking apart saying, I'm not going to rely on the family anymore. Big changes. When it comes to the body, a little temperance. Because you, my dear, have been the wounded warrior. You're coming through with this. Just keep your balance. You're good. You're just going to get the reminder. Now, spiritually, you're like, hey, I got the Page of Wands. I got a new idea. I got the Ten of Cups. I got abundance. I also got the Seven of Wands, and I'm ready to fight all you motherfuckers. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising. Have you ever picked a fight with a Capricorn? You know why you don't remember? Because they would have kicked your ass. Center square, Wheel of Fortune, Destiny. Come on, you're going to take that specific Taurinian energy here with the Mercury in retrograde in Taurus. You're going to be a hard ass too. By the way, what house is it happening in? Mercury in the 4th house. Here's a 4 for you. Maybe it's time to reset everything in your family. Family dynamics, their expectations of you. I can't give you a better card than this one. How about some Crow energy? How about communication, transformation, understanding the story and the universal law? Hello. Ba, ba, ba. Crow's beautiful energy right here. It's all about the change. It's actually having people appreciate your spiritual journey, your spiritual path. How about that, Capricorn? Listen, Capricorn, you're in for a huge year this year, right? You really are. And why wouldn't you expect the best and expect these changes? I mean, let's be honest. You are going to have changes. It's coming. It's coming, Capricorn. You can't do what you've been doing for this long anymore. You just can't. It's time to change. Listen, through COVID, you were a good soldier. Right? For two and a half years, you were like, all right. I'll go ahead and do that. What, you need a ride? Okay. What, you need me to pick that up for you? Yeah, no problem. And then you turn around and you go like, hey, I was wondering if you could. Yeah, no, I can't. I'm sorry, I have boundaries with you. And then you feel like a fool because you put yourself out. Capricorn, this is the time for you to just have a sit down with your family and say, so why are you hurting me? There, I said it. I'm giving you some starter lists. Why am I the one always doing stuff for everybody else and nobody's doing it for me? And if you can't do something for me, at least respect me. Don't make fun of my spiritual journey. Don't be a touch hole. There, I said touch hole. I don't know if that's in the standards, the community standards, or whatever the hell that is. All right, Capricorn, go shine during this. Aquarius, could you make it about yourself anymore? By the way, time for you to come out of your shell a little bit here, Aquarius. You've been kind of holed up a little bit. Let me pull up my notes here. Taking a look at your Aquarian energy. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, yeah, and last thing with this, too, here, Capricorn. I shouldn't have clicked off you so quick. I should have started to let you know that if somebody comes back to you a little bit, might be worthwhile having a conversation with. Maybe they've cleaned up their act a little bit. It doesn't mean you're not going to be like whatever. But Aquarius, here we go. You're coming out of your shell here. 3rd house, you're really kind of like, da-da-da. Yeah, this is about you getting out and about. This is about you connecting, and again, about relationships. It's interesting how the relationship thing kind of comes up for you, similar in the way that, that this becomes like your own like opportunity. In Aquarian, you are always about the opportunity. You're about the windows of opportunity. You're about working with this. This 3 weeks is really about how you're just going to start to kind of like create ideas and you're going to start pushing things that way, right? So let's take a look at the mind. Oh, of course, strong-willed. You've been sitting here waiting for it. And of course, you're always going to do it the right way. People might not like you because you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to do this the right way, but here you are. Now in your body, listen, you're going to go have a good time. Knight of Cups comes out. Eat, drink, be merry. And then the Emperor comes out and says, you will get an Uber ride home. Love that. Spiritually, 6 of Cups. You've been kind of growing something here. You're ready for something new. You're ready to kind of put it together, but You're going to take some of the lessons of the past of where you were kind of left out in the cold a little bit. You might not launch quite the way it is, but maybe this isn't necessarily hanging out with your spiritual friends. Maybe this is just hanging out with your high school buddies, if you will, right? You know, the ones that don't always necessarily understand it, or the family that's kind of like, yeah, we get it. You do sound, you know, you listen to sound bowls and you read Eckhart Tolle. Got it. Right? Well, center square, whew, she's a pretty lady, isn't she? Sitting right here, Queen of Pentacles, ready to take it for a ride. How about a little Aquarian energy here with Temperance sitting here? So this is about you knowing your place and not trying to be a little arrogant. Honestly, it's you trying to pull it back and be like, I think you can't go walking into this thinking you're God's gift to the relationship. That's all. That's what I think this is really coming out at. You're a good time, Aquarius. Nobody said you aren't. But let's do it the right way. Because here comes the the Nine of Pentacles. Practically perfect in every way. Again, mentally, you're there. By the way, can I get a couple? Can I get the Hierophant twice? Serious Tauranian energy here. Right? So this Mercury Retrograde, you are riding this out. You're going to come up with one good idea after another. Physically, you got the Six of Pentacles. This is telling you to do the balance. Remember the Uber and remember your divinity. How about the Empress cards? I know you can't see it right away or it's got to clear up in the whatever. But the Empress shows up here. And you know what? Body-wise, yeah, you got it together, kid. Go have a good time. Really honor yourself as you do this. Queen of Wands comes out in the spiritual journey. And so does the Ace of Cups. You're divinely guided, right? This is giving it up to Spirit. This is turning the Spirit going, all right, now what am I going to do? Right? Whew. Now at the center of all of this, Queen of Pentacles, Temperance, Tower, quick and sudden change. Hold on a second. Calm down, Aquarius. Calm down. You know. By the way, absolutely none of you flinched when I pulled that out. None of you flinched. As a matter of fact, I think that you're just going to be like, oh yeah, sir, sure, fine. What are you going to give me next? How about the Hangman upside down? So he's right side up. This just means that you're going to be the person of practical sense at the end of the day. In other words, you might not go into it with like the spiritual journey idea, but you're going to come out of it knowing what your deal was. What in the heck is this? This is a dugong. You know, I just saw somebody say that a dugong actually like brought him down to the bottom of the water, and he's not aggressive, but he just wanted to show his dominance and almost like drown this diver. He was okay though, and then he made sure he got him back up, so he kind of played with him. So there's kind of like the I have the power, but I don't always use the power. So this animal card is really Aquarius to a T, right? Trust, grace, mystery, as well as humor. You're pretty funny. Are you saying I'm funny how? Funny like a clown? Do I amuse you? If that doesn't sound like your favorite Aquarian, all your money is back. I will complete refund, money back guarantee. All of these free readings come with a money back guarantee. Ta-da! You know what I'm going to do for Pisces? I'm actually not going to shuffle. I'm going to put these cards away. Spirits guide me, telling me where to go. It's also telling me that I should have listened to Spirit before I got started. Because Spirit said, you should go to the bathroom. And I did not. Once again, I did not listen to Spirit. And that's why I do this for a living. Anyways, this will be a quick one. As I take a deep breath in. Take a simple, gentle, deep breath in and relax. As we talk about Pisces. All right, Pisces, here we go. Second house, relationship season for you. You're taking a look at what this means and the practicality of it. By the way, you have no problem cutting people out. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising. You've had no problem taking a look at people in the last couple of months and going, what? I'm not doing that. Now sitting in the second house, it's about practicality. By the way, a little shakiness at the beginning here with the money. It's all going to be all right because you're going to realize what needs to get changed. You're going to realize how to do it, why to do it, and how to do it. Because in that mind, you come out with, oh, of course, Nine of Wands. You're feeling a little beat up, a little wounded warrior. But guess what? In your own head, you're like, I'm doing this here. By the way, a little bit of martyrdom here. I'll do that for you. That's fine. I'll pay. I only have $8 to my name. I'll go ahead and take care of that. I hope some cycle breaking comes up here in Mercury retrograde here in your second house. But body, you're like strong. How about a little Rocky theme for you here, Aries? I'm Pisces. We really just want to be Aries. No, we don't. So in the body, you got the Strength card coming out, little Leo energy, along with some more fire energy. Why not do this? Actually, some earth energy here. So maybe you're going to get really practical with your body, knowing that you need your body to go along in your journey. Spiritual path, you're going to jump into the Eight of Pentacles. This is about the work behind the scenes and the things you're going to do. You know, by the way, I don't want you to be self-righteous here, Pisces. You've always been spiritual, but with this Mercury retrograde, you're really going to decide how you're going to roll with this. You really are. Whew. Powerful cards, Pisces. Well, right here in the center, I don't know if there's a Libra coming in, but there is balance. A lot of balance coming in, and then the moon. Maybe this is about captivating your dreams and the relationships you really want. Maybe this is about the practicality, not only in the manifestation of money, but also in the understanding of who you are. This is kind of powerful, if I might say so myself. So you're sitting here in this energy, and you're really pushing the envelope here, right? You're really kind of in that second and third house. You're like right on that cusp. That's why this is so difficult with the 15 degrees. Let's take a look at what the foils have to say. Take out the emotions. That can fire and emotion. Take out both of those. Quit being the martyr. This is a martyr combination, everybody. So you got the Nine of Wands. Oh, I'll take care of it. Then it's like, oh, I'll do it for the good. I'll just take the emotion out of it. And then I'm just going to Seven of Swords it. I'm just going to be like, oh, it's fine. It's fine. I'll do that for you. Cut it out, Pisces. Nobody wants to hear that crap. So in the mind, you got the Strength card. You got the Knight of Pentacles. And then you got to pay attention to your intuition. You know what you should be eating. You should know how you should be treating your body. Well, listen, here's some Capricorn energy. Here's some Earth energy for you. It should pair well with the Knight of Pentacles. Not only are you good looking, but you deserve to take care of your physical presence. You really should. I mean, that's what the Devil card is at the end of the day, right? It really is. Spiritually, you're going to take a little hybrid approach here, right? Let's not get so down in the dumps with this that like you're going to beat yourself up over it, right? Then the World card comes out. Hey, everybody. Some fixed energy. Spiritually, you got to fly right here. You got the Taurus energy right there on the World card. All the fixed energies are coming out. We're telling you like it is. Center square. Ooh, contracts. Secret relationships. Things kind of coming to a head. And the FOMO card comes out. What are we breaking here? What are we doing here? You know, I mentioned cycles. Let's get the animal card out. Oh, of course. So the Condor comes out. What's the Condor about? Cycles, reflection, perspective, and release. So here in the center, here's a quick interpretation here. Libra, you're trying to be balanced, but you're chasing dreams. You feel like you're piling on and you're making deals and you're working with stuff, but you feel like you're just missing out. Maybe this is about taking time for yourself here, Pisces. Because up here, you're not taking care of yourself. Devil card comes out, it's like, In the mind, you're sitting there and you're going like, I'm just a martyr. And then down here in the spiritual side of it, you're like, I am destined to be something cool here, and I got to do it the right way. I got to pace myself. The Condor comes out and talks about breaking your cycles. What did I just say? Ta-da! All right, everybody, listen. Mercury retrograde's kind of a big deal, right? And so many times I've told you guys, like, it's not that big of a deal. You just got to deal with it. You just got to kind of, like, bring it up. Oh, gosh, look at that. I got the little guy over there. I don't want to show that right now. One of those. One of these. There we go. So Mercury in retrograde is a chance, an opportunity to get it right, everybody. This is an opportunity for you to be able to say to yourself, like, I'm going to make these changes. I'm going to say those things that I want to. What makes it so difficult is that it happens in the middle of the sign. The good part is that it's all true to the Taurus Mercury, right? Say what you mean what you say, be practical. So this is me giving you guys a hard tap during this Mercury retrograde. It's not Mercury's fault. It's Mercury's opportunity. All right, guys. We're going to see you again soon. Thanks again for tuning in to Stream of Consciousness. I'm Conscious Medium Brandon Russ. Click on the link below to see all the fun stuff that I've got going on, and we'll see you soon. Keep going.